Hello everyone and welcome back to
The box office!
Some interesting things to point out from this last weekend. Looks like Transformers 1 will unfortunately be a flop unless it suddenly turns around its word of mouth. The Wild Robot did okay. Megalopolis did not do okay. Let's go ahead and pull up the chart, shall we? The Wild Robot from DreamWorks and Universal opened to $35.7 million in its opening weekend, which came in right around projections for it, so they can't be too displeased about it, although it does have some work to do if it wants some profitability. Beetlejuice in its fourth week came in second, making $16.2 million, a 37% drop from the previous week. Transformers 1 took a 63% drop, making $9.1 million, and since it had only opened to 25, that 63% drop has to be disappointing to the studio there. A Bollywood film, Devara Part 1, which I believe is a Telugu film, came in at $5.6 million in its opening weekend, coming in fourth, and coming in fifth was Speak No Evil, making $4.2 million in its third week, dropping 27% from the previous week. Beetlejuice should also get some credit for staying alive in the box office for as long as it has. It looks like it's going to cross $400 million worldwide any minute now. To dive into that movie's numbers and the rest of them, let's go ahead and switch over to the website. Diving into The Wild Robot first, its total worldwide is $56 million. It was made on a budget of around $78. It's at 0.7 times that budget. Like I said, it has some work to do to get there, but if it maintains the good word of mouth that it's been getting and it has low drops, I think this film could easily make a great profit for the studio, for DreamWorks and Universal, and hopefully we can see that happen because this film is great. You can watch our review on the channel. Beetlejuice now worldwide is at $375 million. Like I said, it should be crossing 400 any day now. It's at 3.8 times that budget. It's well into some profitability for the studio there. Warner Brothers has to be incredibly pleased with this number. Transformers 1 now has a worldwide total of $72 million, made on a budget of about $75. So it's just at about 1 times that budget. Again, it has some work to do to reach profitability. Hopefully, if it doesn't get there in theaters, the word of mouth can take it onto PVOD and to streaming. But if you're hoping for a sequel, I would think those hopes are starting to slowly dwindle because this movie needed to make money to get that sequel, and it's a shame because this movie was good, and I don't think it deserved to make this amount. And don't get me wrong, this isn't like a complete fall-on-your-face failure, which we're going to get to one of those in a minute. But, this is not what the studio was hoping for. Devara Part 1, total worldwide is at $32.9 million. Its budget is $75. So, in terms of, North American profitability, it has some ways to go. I don't know how the Bollywood films work in terms of how much it needs to make in order to be considered, in the black there. But, we'll have to see. Bollywood movies tend to do really decently well in their first weekends, but then tend to fall off in the later weekends, but we'll see if Devara Part 1 can stay in there. Speak No Evil now has $58 million worldwide on a budget of $15, almost at 4 times the budget there. This is obviously a win for Blumhouse. They are masters at making small budget films, and this is a good example as to why, one trailer for that marketing budget, and, they're on their way to good profitability. Horror makes money. Horror thriller makes money. Now, let's get into the most unfortunate story of the week, and that is Megalopolis. It opened to a measly $4 million on a budget of anywhere between, I've seen 100, I've seen 120. It's not listed here, but it is reported in the trades. Worldwide, it has only made $224,000 overseas, so worldwide it's at $4.5 million. This is one of the biggest flops in history for a budget of over $100 million. It's really unfortunate because Francis Ford Coppola is one of the best filmmakers that's ever lived. However, if you've seen our review of this film, we didn't particularly enjoy it, Nick or myself, but that doesn't mean we want to see the movie fail. Hopefully, if this movie has an audience, it can find it on streaming or in PVOD or, I'm team physical media. So, let's see those 4K sales get moving. We'll take a quick look at Deadpool and Wolverine here as it moves into digital starting today, I believe. It's at $1.3 billion. It'll likely finish its theatrical run around there, maybe just a little bit more, but nothing crazy. 6.6 times the budget. Disney and Marvel have to be incredibly pleased with that number. Now, the big question is going to be for next weekend. Next weekend, we have Joker Filet Au Deux opening, which I think is going to be the clear winner of the box office. But what's going to come in after that, how is that going to play out. It's the only major release. We're seeing some extended releases for movies like My Old Ass. The Substance will probably still be out there a little bit. The Outrun, I believe, also opens limited, but it's not going to make a huge impact total on the box office. So my prediction goes as follows. Joker's going to come in number 1 and easily take that spot back. I think Wild Robot's going to come in number 2, Beetlejuice number 3, Transformers number 4, and again, I'm predicting the Bollywood film Quiver Part 1 to take a bit of a significant drop and probably have Speak No Evil come in 5th. So that's going to be my predictions. Please leave your predictions in the comments below, and if you're right, I'll shout you out on the show. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little dive into the box office here, and I can't wait to dive into the numbers even more next week. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.